for us, I think almost the ultimate challenge really is to have a simple idea that you can get to kind of gain in power as you take it across all these other kind of opportunities, these other channels or touch points. But with that opportunity comes the risk of getting overcomplicated and over elaborate and all of that. And it's not something that by a long shot I feel that we master each and every time. But our aim is to try to keep that core to the project and get it to grow in power as we take it across all the other sort of disciplines and channels for a client. But it is hard. To me, it's kind of the ultimate challenge to have a simple idea that you can keep simple as you take it into all these other opportunities, like making product or what you might do in posters or online or in social media or on the livery of the boat or whatever the project is. Keeping that story tight and condensed and not letting it get over elaborate.
Yeah, it also helps, doesn't it, finding the right people to work with, because we're often in an area outside of our expertise or knowledge at all. So finding the very best person to work with can create a safety net as well.
Yeah. I think also we put a lot of very intense thought into what we do. So the most simple results have often gone through quite a complicated process to kind of get to that simple end result. We do put a lot of thinking in, don't we? Deep brainstorms and being locked away for days and weeks to come up with the right results. So the results can look effortless, but often they've not been particularly easy or a smooth process to get to that end result.
I mean, I almost feel if you get that thinking right at the start of a big diverse project, then that core thinking is your friend for the whole duration, because it's inevitable. I mean, even if you're just designing a set of 4 posters that are going to roll out in 4 seasons, you've got to try to stop all the various interferers and outside forces from kind of destroying the purity of vision. But when you go across all these other disciplines, the amount of people that can kind of bugger up what you plan to achieve just exponentially grows. And I kind of think if you get that thinking in place, then you can kind of fend them off with really rock solid kind of core sound thinking, and they kind of just bounce off the purity of the idea, I would say.
Sort of incontrovertible kind of concepts, aren't they?
Yeah. So I kind of feel like sometimes for us now, with a bigger team here, we're just like sort of one-man police forces trying to protect what we originally planned to do. I sometimes feel that 5% inspiration, 95% perspiration thing's never truer. I mean, I used to hear that and think, but now I think, that is so true. I do think, peers that you talk to and stuff, I think they understand what we're trying to do, and the bravery of working in these other areas, and I like to think anyway that they respect the fact that our ambition is to try to do something very brave and simple with actually quite big brands and quite big projects. I think creatives respect that, because typically you're kind of almost brought up thinking your best chance of doing something really dazzling is for a project on the side, or
if it's small,
something that's perhaps a little under the radar.
Point I was making earlier, that it's fairly obvious that we don't have bread and butter clients here. Everything is a special project and gets equal amount of attention.
I think we were just brought up literally to think any project could be a good project. It's just your state of mind, really. So we just tried to think, what could you do with that? I think even evolving into teams really is preservation of that small team feeling, isn't it? It's really just we were a place of 15, 16, and we shared all the creators. We had like what we called a pool of talent, and we picked for projects, and it was just one big structure. But it felt bigger then in a way than it does now, where it feels like we've kind of like shrunk back again to a team of 6, each, and feels kind of small again. Really, I mean, there's no
even though our
it's no
overall
secret that that's what lots of agencies do. But
the overall output's gone up quite a bit since we did that.
But again, it's a freshness. It's like I mean, there are things we have to fine tune and all the rest of it, but it's keeping. I mean, it's that thing about not doing the same thing over and over, and I think it just keeps it fresh and it feels different again, which is good. I mean, it's 16 years now, so we have to